Holy smokes, this is tight. That Volkswagen Amarok, rocking about 180 horsepower, is carefully creeping down into a gnarly, deep rut with steep dirt walls on both sides. The front wheels have already dropped in, and the rear's about to follow. A guy down below is waving like crazy, probably yelling directions, his face tense as hell. One slip here and it's nose deep in the mud. This off-road run is straight up savage, only for hardcore diesel junkies. Dude, you gotta see this beast. This six-wheeled monster is drowning in a savage mud pit, water nearly up to the hood, still grinding hard. Looks like a Sherp or a custom off-road rig, pushing around 150 to 200 horsepower. The crowd on the sidelines is going wild, cheering and shouting as the mud splashes everywhere. Tires spinning like crazy, mud flying. This is hardcore mudding at its finest. Dang, this custom trial rig is clawing up that near vertical hill like a savage beast. With a yellow roll cage and a roaring engine spitting out thick smoke, this bad boy's pushing around 250 to 300 horsepower. Those massive mud tires are fighting for grip, slipping and grabbing every inch. The crowd's packed tight, screaming like crazy. Hardcore off-road fans loving every second. One slip here and it's a guaranteed rollover show. This right here is one gnarly challenge. A deep, slick trench that's got the Tatra 815 fighting for every inch. That mud is like butter, and traction's gone out the window. It's not just about raw power now. It's a test of pure driving skill and grit. One wrong move, and the whole rig could get high-centered or totally stuck. The tension is off the charts, and the crowd's holding their breath. What a sketchy, wild ride! Check out this wild green beast. Looks like a custom-built Tatra-style off-road rig, and it's deep in the mud mayhem. Wojciech, printed boldly on the side like it's ready to go to war. This bad boy's pushing an estimated 500 to 600 horsepower, clawing through thick, sticky terrain. Rear wheels are digging in hard, throwing up mud like nobody's business. The crowd is locked in, every second more intense than the last. This ain't just off-roading, it's a full-on muddy battle zone. What a savage ride. Whoa! That's the mighty Tatra 813 going full beast mode through a brutal mud pit. That powerhouse, cranking out up to 620 horses, is roaring like a monster, throwing muddy water everywhere like a tidal wave. Thick black smoke blasts out the stack, showing this rig means business. The crowd's losing it. Every throttle hit shakes the ground and floods the pit. This isn't just off-roading, it's a full-blown mudstorm. Savage move, pure horsepower chaos. Oh man, that Jeep Cherokee is straight up stuck in the mud swamp. And we mean real stuck. It's buried up to the hood, caked in thick mud from the windows to the winch. A staff guy's trying to hook it up to a recovery line, but this rig looks like it's in deep trouble. The whole scene screams rookie mistake or just plain bad luck. Off-roading ain't no joke. One wrong move and you're neck deep in brown goo. Total mud mayhem, this one's gonna need a serious pull.
This is excitement.
Roll number 2, here it comes. Anytime you hear a boom, boom, that's usually a lock on water.
Whoa, talk about a vertical drop. This off-road beast, probably a Tatra or Kamaz, with around 600 horsepower, is tackling an insanely steep hill like a boss. That loose sandy slope looks sketchy as heck, and one slip could flip the whole rig in a heartbeat. The crowd at the top is locked in, holding their breath, while marshals at the bottom brace for action. This is high-stakes hill descent, raw and wild, off-road madness at its finest. Oh snap! This off-road beast is clawing its way up an insane vertical hill like a total savage. Front tires are practically airborne, engines screaming at full tilt, and thick black smoke blasting out like a war cry. This monster, pushing around 600 horsepower, is built for madness like this. The crowd's right on the edge, shouting like crazy, holding their breath to see if the climb sticks. That's not just driving, that's pure guts and grit. Hill climb mode, beastly activated.
Rafał!
Z těch výrců máš třeba velkou šanci velký.
Here we go again. That mean green off-road rig is tackling some seriously gnarly rock-crawling terrain. One of the rear wheels is fully off the ground, suspension flexed to the max, and this thing's moving inch by inch like a mountain goat on steroids. It's likely a custom Tatra-based build with around 500 horsepower, and it's all about control, torque, and nerves of steel. No room for speed here. This is straight-up precision driving. Rock crawling like a pro, rugged, raw, and totally badass. Dang! This Ram 1500 just dove nose first into a nasty mud pit, and it's hanging on for dear life. One side's almost completely buried, and the truck's tilted hard. One wrong move, and it could faceplant into the slop. Packing around 395 horsepower with that V8 muscle, it's still pushing to claw its way out. This is classic American off-road drama. Full send, full throttle, and one sketchy recovery. Mud don't play nice, and neither does this beast.